morning, boys and girls.
Thank you for the best summer of my short life.
And welcome to the 1954 to 55 school year.
Olivia, save your seat on my lap.
Sure to be our greatest year at Rydell yet.
We promised Roy and Bill we'd eat lunch with them today.
To end the divisions among us
I want to be a T-bird.
and become a truly united Rydell.
He told me exactly what you did to get that jacket.
It's not as bad as it seems. These things blow over.
Maybe for you. There are a lot of kids in Rydell who are sick of feeling like they're not welcome here.
I know what it feels like to not be like the others.
We have to think big, really change things. Everyone already thinks we're such bad girls.
Watch out, fellas. It's a girl game.
We're not girls, we're ladies.
The pink ladies. We're gonna need some jackets. Pink Lady Pledge is to act cool, to look cool, and to be cool. Till death do us part. Think pink. The world's changing, boys. Maybe sometimes you gotta be bad to do good.
Hello, everyone. My name is Heather Hurt. I am here with the NRW, where nerds rule the world, and I am so happy to introduce you to KALLIE Hu. How are you, madame?
I'm good. How are you doing, Heather?
Oh, good, thank you. She is starring in every episode, just every single one of them, all 10 of Grease. Rise of the Pink Ladies, Rise of the Pink Ladies. There's Grease everywhere, and I love it. It's awesome. How are you excited about it? It officially premiered last weekend.
Oh my gosh. I think it actually came out today. And I've been like nonstop. Yeah. Here in at least Canada came out today. And I believe the US, but we had just like so much outpouring of love from everyone. Like I you know what, I got ready for this like 20 minutes ago because I was on my phone like so busy. It's just like there's so much love coming out, and I'm just seeing everything for the first time. I'm like freaking out right now. I'm like internally freaking out.
There was a lot of great hype before, and there's knowing the entertainment industry, sometimes great hype isn't how you lead into things, and there's just been some awesome hype. And congratulations. I didn't even realize the 6th, the 6th was last week and it's today. Time is a circle in a straight line. I apologize.
It's a concept,
So let's take a step back. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Your filmography is longer than my arm. So tell us how you got to Grease.
Thank you so much. Yeah, for sure. How did I get to Grease? Okay. Well, I was dancing ever since I was a little girl, so 4 years old. My mom put me in a fine arts preschool instead of my brother, who got math. And so I was able to explore it from a young age. Hated going to dance. But it became a strength of mine as I grew older. And yeah, started auditioning. School was always a big thing for me. And it was always just like, I don't think this is a real possibility. But then, doing callback or doing open call after open call, like not hearing anything. By the time I graduated university, I'm like, okay, I'm out of here. Let's go apply abroad. I've always wanted to travel. So I applied to a master's program in Barcelona for a degree. And that summer, like I applied, got in. I was supposed to leave in September. In August, I ended up auditioning for an last open call for Disney's Descendants 2, which was directed by Kenny Ortega, choreographed by Tony Testa, who both of them, since a little girl, just like you're amazing. And having a chance to work with them, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I auditioned. It was a grueling week of auditions and booked it. And ended up saying, let Spain, you can wait. It's time to pursue some dreams. And became a dancer on film and TV, then switched to acting. Serendipitously found an agent and moved into acting, fell in love with acting. And then for Grease, it was like a really not grueling process. It was a very long process. I auditioned, I think, for like 13 different times for Grease, until I finally got a call on Christmas Eve that I was going to be playing Peg on Rise of Pink Ladies. And me and my mom dancing in our kitchen, just like freaking out.
Best Christmas gift ever, right there. So tell us about Peg. Tell us how you see yourself in her. Tell us just about the character so that we can really create a relationship.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I resonate deeply with characters who want to be seen and heard for more than what they've been told to be and do in their lives. And how that resonates in a character such as Peg is that you're maneuvering through these social hoops and these social circles, and you're going along with the flow. And you know, as a person of color in the 1950s, you're also working a bit harder than some of your other peers to fit in, to really get there. But she's super loyal. She's there, and she's the one you want in your corner. She might not be the nicest gal you'll see on the show, but yeah, she's someone you want as a friend.
Great. And that is a really important aspect of this version of Grease, is we get to see not only queer written characters, we get to see a lot of people of color. So to go into that for a second, how important is it to you to have a diverse cast when you are walking in? Is that something that you even consider when you're applying for these types of things?
It's, it really depends on how the showrunner, the executives, they want to, and the directors, they want to shape the show. And I am eternally grateful for Annabelle Oakes, Alethea Jones, and the writers and the directors and casting directors who made this possible for such a diverse cast. You don't get it everywhere, right? And as actors, you sometimes don't really get a choice in like where you're going and what projects, not all the time, but when you do, you do want to align with people who have the same kind of values as you. So it just happened so beautifully that everyone here was so open and understanding and empathetic and caring. And that's hard to find on all shows. It was truly, I don't like to say families. I like to say teams, because, families can be dysfunctional and you don't really have a choice sometimes. Teams you can choose, and the choice to be there, the choice to do better and do well and treat everyone right. I think everyone was going through just making the best choices to make sure it was a welcoming community, a welcoming team.
Awesome. Yes. And it's so beautiful. Y'all, I'm going to admit I have not watched the first 2 episodes. I'm sorry.
I'm watching it tonight. So
Paramount Plus, y'all, Paramount Plus. But it's one of those where it looks like y'all had a great dynamic. Like, just when you look at the songs, when you look at the attitudes, when you look at all of the interviews and conversations beforehand, y'all look like you have a great dynamic. How do y'all make that happen on set?
This is really cool. Most of the ensemble cast, we already knew each other from the dance community. Like, we have a lot of local Vancouverites here in the dance community. So we kind of already knew each other, especially the skeleton crew, the dancers. And, I remember like the first day, meeting the cast, and just like even the ones who weren't from the city, everyone was just so welcoming. We just wanted to get to know each other. Everyone was just so grateful to be working on such an iconic show that, the dynamics just brought out. It was such a big cast too. So you always found a place to you always found your tribe within it. Mm-hmm. But in the macrocosm of things, you could always jump from one group to another, and there's always a conversation to be had, because everyone came from such rich and detailed lives that you're just like, oh, what was your life like? What's your life like? And just by doing that through like the osmosis of getting to know people's lives, you just end up having this really incredible bond, especially over like night shoots. We had our first couple episodes, we had a few night shoots, and then the delirium that occurs from sticking a tent of like 20 different dancers overnight until like 6 a.m. It's fun. It's really fun.
It's definitely, it sounds like a party. It sounds like an exhausting party.
Until you get to day 3, and then everyone's like, just like in their chairs, just asleep.
Well, then let's talk about that delirium. There's like something like 30 new songs in the show. And most of them have dance numbers, correct? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So how was that?
Yeah. Justin Tranter, I will say, is a genius. Oh my gosh. I was listening to the soundtrack for the first 2 episodes while I was getting ready in a hurry. And it was just, you just want to dance. You just want to move. I can picture a little version of me dancing to these on stage for a dance number, like for a competition or something. So I'm stoked for the world to hear all these incredible numbers. The choreography team, every week on it, creating something new, creating something meaningful. That's the biggest thing too. Like, it wasn't just like, let's throw some tricks in here. Like, let's make it really meaningful to the story and prioritize storytelling while making sure every dancer and character still got a chance to be highlighted. So that mechanism that caused all of that to work had to be super well oiled from beginning to end. It was just, I don't even know how they did it. I was there learning choreography, like workshopping and doing all these things, but I don't know how the teams did it, the sound and the dance side. It was nuts. Oh, and the camera side, they have to like make sure they get the right angles and the set deck and props.
Did you have all the fun? Did you have all of the cameras everywhere doing that?
They're always strategically placed, right?
Perfect. I want to ask, this is just a silly question, so I apologize. How does it feel to go back to high school?
You know what? Okay, high school was a good time for me. I was a nerd in high school, but thankfully, nerds in my high school ruled the school.
Okay.
Like, student council, dance squad, came from a very small school, so everyone knew each other. Going back to school, it was like, if I had grown up in California instead, I kind of got like a crash course in what growing up in the States would be like. Not my favorite thing. If you look at the storyline and stuff, got some tricky things with the schools, with the social circles and whatnot. I can't even imagine going to a school that large, No,
it's not always a great feeling.
For everyone. Yeah. And that definitely, and I guess that's the basis of this whole story, correct? So it's really cool, even though it was like a fantasized way, but like going back to school, I like being an adult.
You like being an adult?
Yeah, I like my freedom.
Fair. That is very fair. One final big Grease question, then we'll kind of shift over into some other things. How do you feel coming into day one, because time is once again a straight line. How do you feel about now being part of historically one of the biggest musical phenomena in all of entertainment? How do you feel right now about that?
My real answer?
Yes.
I want to kind of like shit myself. Like,
that's fine. Cuss away. We are.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I was like, am I allowed to swear? Yeah, that's my real answer. But my cerebral answer would be so grateful, just absolutely grateful. It's Grease.
It's true. That's it. And that's the thing. I asked a similar question to someone about Vampire Diaries, and she's like, it's Vampire Diaries. What else can I say? All right, so let's shift. Let's talk about that nerdy aspect from you. You've actually done panels at places like San Diego Comic-Con. Like that's like nerd extent right there. So you do panels on auditioning, correct? Like you try to teach people. Is that how? Okay,
I'm not like so not necessarily. I go with a group called We Audition. We Audition is incredible. They are a platform that allows for auditioning. Sometimes you need someone else to read the lines for you.
Okay, gotcha.
Sometimes it's impossible. Like you're like, hey, I have this due in 24 hours. I need someone at 7 a.m. because I have to go to work at like 8. I need someone to read with me. And so you don't usually get to like sometimes it's really hard and really stressful to find a reader. So what they do is allow people online to meet. And then you can just find a reader anytime because there's people all over the world. And so they also provide opportunities for actors who are up and coming, who are kicking ass and also contribute to the community in positive ways. They bring them and showcase them at different events. So San Diego was one of them. And we were able to go there and contribute to the festival in that kind of way and being more so talent. So I can't say with an honest heart that I've talked about panels, but I'm always like happy to share about We Audition because they're great and everything.
Tell us how people can find them, because that sounds like a great organization. Tell us.
Oh, yeah, weaudition.com. Super simple. You can create an account and it's like create like a membership, and then you can actually get paid for reading. So like if you want to like read with someone, you can just like be like, yeah, you can just go on and be like, hey, like I'm happy to read. And then someone will just like pick you and then ask, like, choose how many minutes they want it with you. And then you can just read with them.
That's phenomenal. Especially for indie filmmakers and indie actors. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So cool. Okay. So I apologize. I misread your resume.
Oh, good.
That's an incredible organization. And it's always great to see people within the community give back. It's always an incredible feeling.
Yeah.
And that, of course, completely sidetracked me from my next question.
If you need a second, we can take a breather.
Nope, I got it. You're good. So you have been on shows like Yellow Jackets, which I am currently binging, and is phenomenal, incredible show. And The Flash, which now knowing where you're from in the Canadias, up in that area, that totally makes sense. So you've been on Legends of Tomorrow and in a lot of, a handful, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say a lot, a handful of Hallmark videos, is that correct? Movies? Like,
Yeah.
Okay. But you've had a huge list. What are some of your favorite roles that you've done? What are some of your favorite productions you've done?
Oh, so tough. Always so tough, right? Every show is so incredible. I've been so fortunate that the crew has been so positive every time I've been on set. And I don't know if it's me being like delirious about the magic of the industry and how lovely it is, but I truly feel like I've been very fortunate to work with such amazing people, such amazing cast. I may not have a favorite project, but I have great memories of, working with like Melanie Lynskey on Yellow Jackets, working across from her, and Peter Gadiot. Just remember watching them in other things and getting to speak with them on set, understanding their process and how they work with writers on behind the scenes, and work with directors and being like, oh, like, this doesn't really work here. Can we edit here? And just learning from the way they carry themselves, working with like Heather Graham and Rachel Lee Cook and Damon Wayans Jr. I just remember on Love Guaranteed, being in the green room, talking about their families, talking about, how they miss their kids, or like, if they're traveling or something like that, like how it was just such a nice, great human interactions and interacting with them on a beautiful basis. I think with Charmed, I had a really great moment. Gina Rodriguez was directing, and I walked on and she just turns to me, it's like, you're amazing, because she'd seen my tape, and I was like, I was like, I'm just gonna die. Like it's so amazing that she's saying those things. So every project you always draw this like these amazing memories or experiences that you would really never get anywhere else,
Mm-hmm, absolutely. I mean, I don't know, but absolutely. I'm so glad that you have had those experiences. Is that something that you would suggest to other actors, especially ones that are just trying to get into it, that you should try and find the goods versus the bads? Is that one of the things you would suggest?
Always. You have to. It's a war of attrition. It's a game of perseverance. So you need something to keep that positivity in you, that belief going in you.
That's beautiful. That is very beautiful. What are some other suggestions, especially for young dancers? That is, I think, from what I've been told, getting into the dancing side of entertainment can actually be a little bit harder than the acting at times. So once again, I heard I'm not talented, so that's all. That'll have to
You're very talented. You're great. I've seen your videos. You're great.
That really wasn't me fishing. I
just give compliments all the time.
But it's one of those where it's what are your suggestions for both and or the same? What are your suggestions for dancers trying to get in? What are your suggestions to actors trying to get in?
Yeah. Dancers, train, meet people in the industry. It's especially up here, we have a bad connotation with networking. And I don't think networking is a thing. I think make friends, make friends with people that you truly want to be friends with. Because if you like network and you're like, I'll make like a connection here at this festival, and I want to make a business, and you're doing this tactical, strategic way, right? I feel that the best relationships I've had and the most fun I've had on set is just being able to be friends with people who you like having fun with, and that really like are aligned with you. And then that's the biggest thing. Like you train, never stop training. Like as an actor, always keep training. As a dancer, always keep training. But on top of that, you have the business side as well. So if you're newer, I'm not saying go out and like schmooze your way into like a billion things, but I'm saying like create connections because you want to, and because you love this industry and you love the people in it. And I think that's the best way.
That seems unbelievably realistic too. Like that seems like, go out and enjoy it and have fun. Yeah. That sounds great. Yeah. Okay. All right. Final words before I let you go, because we are just so excited about Grease. once again, it's Grease. That's so awesome. What are you most looking forward to this season? No spoilers, of course. What do you most? Sorry, I apologize. English, it's fine.
English. What is what English? Okay.
What are you most looking forward to fans seeing this season? And what are you hoping they get out of it? So
I've already gotten everything I want out of it. Like I gotta work on it. Like that's great. I have so many friends now. No, I that's covered. What do I, you know what? It just like builds and builds and builds, and each song gets better. Like that final number, oh, we were all crying at the end of it. It was just like it was so great because it was just so lovely. I can't say anymore, otherwise I might spill things.
Oh,
so
that's fair.
Yeah, I'm just like getting emotional thinking about it all. It's so great.
Which episode then? Other than the finale, because the finale doesn't. That one's always the best. Other than the finale, what episode are you so excited for audiences to see? Well, how about we do it that way?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! We filmed it so long ago. Do I remember what happened in each episode? You get so delirious working. So sometimes it's like you don't. Everything's out of order when you film, so you're not completely sure what happens to what episode exactly. Let me see the finale. I'm sorry, or maybe
that's
like
fine.
episode.
That's totally fine. I took it out of the equation, but if that's the equation, then that's the equation.
I mean, you have like the second episode. It's already out, and you have like the house party and all that. That's fun. We've actually filmed that really early on, the whole house party and like all the kissing scenes. Like they came really early on. We didn't know each other, and we're just like mwah, 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 mwah. So yeah, you'll see if we watch it. Yeah.
Once again, back to high school, going right back to high school.
Back to high school.
Well, thank you so much, Callie, for your time. Where can people find you on the interwebs if they have, especially if they want to talk to you about talking scripts and stuff like that? So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you. I'm on Instagram at KALLIE HU _ so KALLIEHU _ my website www.kalliehu.com. I think you can subscribe there. I don't have a mailing list yet, but collecting emails. And then I'm also manifesting, maybe working on like The Last of Us, or manifesting working on like The Boys Gen V. Big nerd in that way. Like, yeah. So contact me if you want to talk those things.
There you go. All right. That is, everyone send your thoughts and prayers out to the nerd gods, and let's get that to happen. Thank you so much again, Callie. My name is Heather. You can find me at Nerd is a Heather on Twitter and at Heather is a Nerd on TikTok and Instagram. And of course, subscribe, follow, do all the things right here at the NRW, where nerds rule the world. Hit that like button and make sure you check out Grease, Rise of the Pink Ladies, available right meow, the first 2 episodes on Paramount Plus. Thank you, guys.